शृणोतभिस्सीदस्ति गणाधिपतये नमः प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामवत्र्यवतु ओम महासरस्वत्यै नमः हरिः ओम असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतंगमय ओम शांति 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 मातृदेवो भव पितृदेवो भव आचार्य देवो भव अतिथि देवो भव ओम गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः हरिः ओम सर्वेभ्यः नमस्कारं कृत्वा अद्य कार्यक्रमम् आरम्भं कुर्मः अद्य सप्तसप्ततिः तमं वेदिका अस्ति अद्य वेदिकायां त्रीणि व्यासानि वयं शृणुमः प्रथमव्यासं भवति Cultivation Techniques Crop Sciences by Dr. KOTHAPALLY BHAVANI Tripura and द्वितीयव्यासं भवति see special rule and example in Ganita Saras Angraha and Sarangraha Ganita Sara Sangraha, sorry, Chamitam. Ganita Sara Sangraha of Mahaviracharya relating arithmetico-geometry progressions. This is being delivered by B. Vijayalakshmi Garu at 11 o'clock. And then third one will be Ayurveda and its relevance with contemporary medical sciences by Dr. G. Pallavi at 12 o'clock. I request everybody to be in mute and take the advantage of the best of the Vesas that is being presented. Before that, Adya Mukhyaditi Swamini Sadvijnananda Mahodayam Ahvayami. Namaste Mahodaye. Bhavati Vedaswaricam Datva किमपि सन्देशं ददातु इति प्रार्थयामि तदनन्तरम् आरम्भं कुर्मः स्वामिनीजी नमस्कारः सद्विज्ञानंद महोदय
Hari Om to all. Namaste. Om Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om Om Shanna Mitra Shamvarunaha Shanna Bhavatvaryama Shanna Indro Bruhaspatihi Shanna Vishnu Rukramaha Namo Brahmane Namaste Vayo Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma Vadishyami Dhrutam Vadishyami Satyam Vadishyami Tanmam Avatu Tadvaktaram Avatu Avatu Mam Avatu Vaktaram Om Shanti 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 Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahavidyan Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namaste to all. I'm very happy to have a new avenue of the Ved Vangmaya. So today we are going to listen to 3 speakers on arithmetics, cultivation, crop cultivation, and Also, so the different topics, every time we are seeing the different aspects and different facets of our Ved Vangmaya. So let us see how we can explore more and more avenue of the Ved Vangmaya, and the same topics we can take to the public. As today topic like arithmetic and then Ayurveda, of course, allopathy has its own advantage of the emergency treatment, but Ayurveda also has a space in our medicines. So I'm very happy to listen to that Ayurvedic topic also, arithmetic also. So in the geometry and arithmetic, how we can bring those topics into our new curriculum, because as our Modi ji is trying to bring the, as you must have heard, all of you must have heard that now we are writing the new Itihasa. It is our original Itihasa, not new. Similarly, in mathematics also, if we have our own mathematics, our own arithmetics, our own geometry, then we should bring those topic into our regular curriculum of the schools and colleges. So this our Veda Samskruti Samiti is working very hard to bring those topics to the light and also to the government. So then once we are done, we can bring these topics or we can send these topics to the government also, so they can explore. And I again and again in telling that though we are presenting the papers, like Ganita Shastra we are going to see today, but we have to have the people, those who have studied the entire Ganita Sangraha or the crop cultivations, agriculture or Ayurveda, those who have completely studied that particular scripture with Sanskrit, not translation. We are misguided by the translation in English by British people. And so we have to have our own Sanskrit, our own translation, where we can see our scripture in right way. Not the way the foreigners are trying to present it to us. And so let us have a plan for getting the experts in all these avenues. And then we can start the course on that particular topic also. So I'm very happy that today three more topics we are going to listen to. And I'm very grateful to all the three speakers that they are giving us time to present this topic. My all blessings are with all of you. All the best. Hari Om.
Dhanyawadaha. Namaste ji.
Namaste.
Now I invite the first speaker, Bhavani Tripura Mahodayam. Agachatu Mahodaye, Vedika Swikurtva Arambam Karotu. Please start your topic. Please introduce yourself first.
Pranam to all the dignitaries, online status. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Namaha Sarvebhyaha. Mama Nama Srimati Bhavani Tripura. Aham Badruka Vanitya Kalashalayam Sanskrita Vibhage Adhyapika Asti. Today I'm going to speak about the topic Science and Technology in Sanskrita Vangmayam, Vedic Sciences, the cultivation techniques and crop sciences. Before I get into the topic, my gratitude to the Veda Samskruti Samiti and my special regards to Shri Prabhakar Rao sir. Thank you, sir, for guiding me and correcting my few errors and helping me in making this presentation possible. Thank you, one and all, sir. So I would like to share the screen, sir, now. Mahodaya, am I able to share the screen?
Yes, yes, we were able to see. We could see.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Please stop.
To begin with, I would actually like to talk about our country, Bharata Desha. Our Sanskrita Vangmayam, it is actually like type of a vast ocean. Whatever knowledge which we have right now, it is just a small drop in the mighty ocean. That is what I consider, because there is lots and lots which we need to still explore. So in this Sanskrit Vangmayam, or in the Sanskrit literature, we have the combination of all the different branches of sciences and arts. And our ancient seers or scholars, they had very intellectually interwoven all the sciences and arts in such a great manner that we did not know to differentiate between science and spirituality. Both of them go hand in hand, because most of the times we had many people who did not belong to the what we call as literary sector. Most of them were illiterates. So in the pretext of having or creating devotion towards God, we had imbibed, or we have passed on lots of information or techniques. Unknowingly, we started using many scientific techniques which are really helpful to the mankind. Now, as India is the only country which has been invaded by many foreigners. As a matter of fact, our country is invaded by many foreign people because we had lots and lots of knowledge, and our country was highly developed country. So most of the people belonging to the other countries, they tried to extract the knowledge from our country. But because they were not able to grasp the knowledge, or they were not able to take the complete knowledge from our country, they slowly started to invade the country and make our country a part of themselves. In this process, they tried to overcome or overlap our scientific techniques with the technology which they were using. In this process, the complete what you call the divinity or the essence of our Vedic Vangmayam has completely been washed out or erased. And this is the reason why the institutes or the samitis like Veda Samskruti Samiti, they have taken this great responsibility of reviving our Indian culture, customs and traditions. And it is actually the need of the hour. We need to really educate our younger generations, build in confidence in them, so that they will really understand the difference between myth and reality, and they will try to follow our traditional cultures, which are in as a matter of fact, which are really harmless. We do not have any side effects or harms when we follow our traditional scientific methodologies. Now, as I have taken this topic of give me a minute, sir. I'm not able to go to the next slide.
No problem. Be comfortable.
We could see now. The slide is visible now.
Yes. So coming to the cultivation crop techniques. So right from our Vedic period, we had the cultivation techniques which we were following. So in our Vedic literature, cultivation was accepted as the best means or the rural profession. According to Yajurveda, land or agricultural field is the primary need for cultivation, and it is the best place for sowing seeds. In Vedic period also, one of the duties of the king was to look after the progress of agriculture. In Rig Veda, there are so many hymns invoking gods. That means even in doing each and every part of our work, we seek the blessings of God. And we have few hymns in which we request or we pray to the Almighty to shower His blessings so that there will not be any obstacles in the process of cultivation. In the Parajanya Suktam, the 5th Mandal, 83rd Sukta of Rig Veda, we have the description of Lord Parajanya and how people pray to the Lord to shower His blessings, which reads as Yasya Vrate Prithvi Nannamiti, Yasya Vrate Shafava Jarbruriti, Yasya Vrata Oshadir Vishwarupaha, Sa Naha Parajanya Mahi Sharma Yacha. Which means, O Parajanya Devata, at your command, the earth remains fertile and all the living beings are nourished. In the same way, we have another sukta which says, Vivrukshan Hanyantu, Hanti Rakshaso Vishwam Vibhaya, Bhuvanam Mahavadhat, Uta Naga Ishate, Vrishnaya Vato, Yat Parajanyaha, Stanayat Hanti Dushkrutaha. Once again, which means Lord Parajanya has the power to eradicate all the evils and to destroy the demonic forces, and not only the evil forces, but all the creation completely fears his stupendous might. Even those who are good also, they shy away as Lord Parajanya annihilates the wicked through his raging storms. We have another sukta which is named as Sita Suktam in the 4th mandala, 57th sukta of Rig Veda, which speaks that Arvachi Subhage Bhava Site Vandamahetva Yatha Naha Subhaga Sasi Yatha Naha Sufala Sasi, which means, O Sita Devi, turn towards us and be gracious. We extol and worship you. And the Sita which is expressed in Rig Veda, it is much different from the Sita Devi which is described in the Ramayanam. And also request Goddess Sita that may she become the source of our abundant harvest. In another sukta also we have the regards towards Goddess Sita saying, Indraha Sitam Nigrukhnatu Tam Pushan Yachatu Sa Naha Payaswati Duha Muttaram Samam, which means, may Lord Indra take hold of the furrows while we plow, and may Pushan sustain her. May she, that is Mother Earth, who is full of milk, yield us abundant crops year after year. Apart from the Rig Veda, in Taittiriya Samhita also, we have the importance of cultivation, the devices which are used for cultivation for the proper yield of crops. In Atharvana Veda also, we have the importance which is given to Krishi. Krishi means it is agriculture. Apart from the 4 Vedas, the Kataka Samhita also describes about the deep plowing for rich production of paddy and barley. When we talk about agriculture, rainfall or water is the most important factor, and so clouds are also praised as a personified deity. And as we all know that in our Hindu tradition, we consider all the nature to be gods, and we keep invoking gods, seeking their blessings for the prosperity and proper maintenance of or proper balance of the ecosystem. So clouds are also personified as a deity, and we worship the clouds also. Apart from that, as we know that agriculture mostly depends upon rainfall. But other than rainfall also, right from the Vedic period, we started going for another sources of water, with which we can cultivate the crops. So water supply is the essential sap for the growing of the plants. Apart from that, we consider all the 5 elements, that is Pancha Mahabhutas, which are really required for the cultivation of the crops. So air, water, the sunlight, all these things are praised in our Vedic hymns for the protection of the crops. In another part of the Vedas, plowing is regarded as an auspicious mark of happiness, indicating prosperity. And all the agricultural objects like the plow, ox, and all the other elements are also worshipped, and we actually have few festivals also related to the crop and harvest, like we celebrate the Sankranti Festival, marking the beginning of the yield of the or the harvest of the crops. And right from the Vedic period, we have the explanation or the differentiation of 2 main seasons of crop, that is Kharif and Rabi, wherein Kharif starts from July to October. This description is given in the Vedic Taittiriya Samhita itself, and that Rabi season starts from the November to March or April. So it is believed that generally most of the agricultural crops take 3 months time for the complete production, and in some of the Samhitas, 4 seasons of harvest are also mentioned. As a matter of fact, though we cannot compare the agricultural implements which were used in the Vedic period with the modern and advanced scientific implements of agriculture, even then we can consider that the equipments which were used in the Vedic period, they form the basis for the new scientific techniques or implements which we are using right now. In the production of crops, harvest is considered as an important aspect. Right from the Vedic period, they were giving more importance to the harvesting part, wherein it is believed that how much ever care we take in the process of irrigation, right from the sowing of the seed, weeding of the wild crops, and taking care, protecting them from the animals, rats and birds, harvesting forms the most crucial part, because with the harvest only the farmer is going to get good returns. So harvesting is considered to be the most important part, wherein a farmer needs to take utmost care. Apart from the cultivation and preservation of food grains, another important factor is preserving the food grains properly and trying to sell them in a proper manner. So finally, in brief, it may be said that whatever information we have got till now, it is just a glimpse of the Vedic agriculture. If we go into detail, it would really take a lot of time to really learn and understand the Vedic agricultural system. We can really think that this Vedic agriculture system is the root for the economy, not only in the present period. Right from the Vedic period, agriculture is considered to be the backbone for the economy, and our country, since ages, it is considered as an agriculture based economy. So till now, this is the information which I could extract from the Vedas. Apart from Vedas, there are many books in our Sanskrit literature. So as we know that Mahabharatam, it is considered to be the Panchama Veda. In Mahabharatam, in Shanti Parvam, we have many shlokas which are related to agriculture. Like as you can see in the present shloka, it talks about the osmosis. Okay. Just as people draw water from the mouth, that is when we put a straw and drink the water, in the same way the trees also suck the water from the ground and distribute to other parts of the plants. The main etymology of padapa means it is explained as padaihi pibanti padapa. The living creatures which drink water from the feet are called as
So I have not been able to hear anything last year, couple of minutes.
I mean, it's not visible. I mean, net has gone somewhere. Her net must have gone. The speaker's net is not gone, it seems.
Yes, sir. She has suddenly she is also.
Bharata about photosynthesis. About photosynthesis also we have a shloka which reads as Tena Tajjala Madattam Jarayat Yagni Maruto Ahara Parinamacha Sneho Vruddhischa Jayate. So it is the combination of water, light, that is sunlight, and air, which combined together give food for the plants. This concept of photosynthesis was also mentioned in the Shanti Parva of Mahabharata. Another concept is about the different sense organs which are present in the trees. So as we see in the screen, we talk about Valli, that means a creeper. So as we know that the creeper tries to move around the support and tries to grow. It is explained like because they are able to find way for their growth. It is believed that they can tasmat pashyanti padapaha. So we can conclude that the trees also have the ability to see. Once again, Gandhair to Paisha means whenever we have the crops, and if at all we are giving good dhupam means a little bit of smoke. So with the presence of this smoke, we are able to eradicate different kinds of small germs and whatever are causing harm to the plants. And with this good smoke, if we are using for the near the plants, then this will eradicate all the germs and we will have good production of fruits and flowers. That is what is explained in Shanti Parva by Bhagavan Vyasa. And another shloka which talks about the efficiency of hearing. So it says that the terrific sounds of lightning and thunder are harmful for the plants, and some of the plants die because of that. And this proves that these plants also have the ability to hear. In the same way, in the other shloka, we talk about the excessive rays of the heat, which says that if the trees or plants are exposed to a lot of sunlight, then there are chances for the trees to perish, and the leaves and flowers also become pale out and dried because of the excessive heat. Another book which talks about or gives us lots of information about the plants, it is Vrikshayurveda. So in this book of Vrikshayurveda, we have the explanation or the classification of the plants, which is beautifully explained, which says that the plants are classified into 4, and these classification is herbs, trees, creepers, and the shrubs. We categorize the herbs as the plants that give out fruits without any flowers, and trees are categorized as those plants which bear fruits after giving the flowers. And we have the another third category which is termed as creepers, and these creepers are the plants which develop tendrils, that means which are termed as lata. And the last part, it is the shrubs which have got plenty of branches, the bushy kind of things are termed as shrubs. Then apart from the classification of the plants, we also have the information as to how to take care of the trees. I mean, when they are affected by the diseases, how to identify, and whatever part of the plant it is affected by the insects, or if it has got some cuts or broken, immediately only that part is to be removed, so that the remaining part of the plant survives and sustains. And as we know, the tissues get cultivated again and again, so it would be helping in the development of the tree. And if at all we are not taking proper care in the proper time, that particular disease or that particular problem of which is existing in one part of the tree would be spreading to the complete tree. So proper care is to be taken. Next, we have the treatment of the trees. When we see, most of us have plants in our garden, and if we see lots of ants to the plants, and if the leaves are dried out and the ants are moving, and there is no growth in the plant, and apart from that, if we are getting a fishy kind of smell near the plant, it implies that the tree or the plant is suffering from some or the other kind of problem. So immediately it needs to be taken care of. Just like the human beings, the Vriksha Ayurveda, the Upavana Vinodam, it explains about the 3 doshas, which are called as humors of human body, which are termed as Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. So just like the human beings also, the plants also suffer from these Vata, Pitta, have the description of Kapha natured trees, which say that the trees which are very glossy and have flowers and fruits, and they are very well shaped to look at, they are termed as Kapha natured plants or trees. And Vata natured trees, they are thin and tall, or sometimes short and shining, not dull, with little vigor, and not having any flowers and fruits. Such kind of trees are called as Vata natured trees. Apart from that, we have the what we call the technology of cultivating or producing seedless vegetables and also. So whenever we are sowing the seeds, if the seed, whatever we want to have without any seeds, if we are if the seed of gourd, brinjal, potato, and other plants are treated with animal fat and sown in purified prepared ground, and the water sprinkled over them, then the fruits that grow out of them become big and seedless. So this the so-called hybrid kind of cultivation was known right in the 13th century. That is what is explained in the Upavana Vinoda. Apart from that, we have the new concept which we nowadays hear about is the organic cultivation of the crops without using pesticides. So we think that it is a very new concept, and we are making ourselves away from the chemicals, but actually we were deviated by the foreigners, and we were using many chemicals. And cultivation without using chemicals, using only cow dung and the cow urine, was well known to the people right from ages. And it is given that the worms are destroyed if we are following this simple things of making a paste of cow urine with vidanta and mushta, the bark of karanja, amaravadha, and arishta, and saptaparna. If we combine all these things together and make it as a solution, then we can sprinkle and we can get rid of the worms and insects which are spoiling the crop. In the Krishi Parashara, we have the weeding of the field. So it is believed that even in a well grown crops, if the grass is not weeded out, the crop from which grass is weeded out is Shravana and Bhadrapada, it will get intensified. So whatever problem we have right from the beginning, we should try to eradicate. Apart from that, we have, as we have spoken earlier, we have the concept of retention of water, because we know that always climatic conditions are not similar and same as we assume. So as and when climate keeps on changing, the farmer needs to be very vigilant protecting the crop, and for protection of the crop, water is considered to be a very important and essential factor. So taking care of water and retaining the water considered to be a very important aspect. And so it is believed that in the month of July, that is Ashada and Shravana, the farmer who is very intelligent and wise, they always try to retain the water. So whatever water we are getting through the rainfall, they will try to retain them by digging out ponds or trying to preserve the water in the wells and all. And if rains are very scanty, that means if we have very little rainfall, then the attentive farmer constructs these bunds, or like we have the tank bund and all, in the month of June itself, so that when we have rainfall in the July and August, so we can preserve the water and use it when we have scarcity of rainfall. In Krishi Parashara, we also have about the draining of the water. So not only trying to store water, how much amount of water is to be used for the plants and what is to be drained out also is very, very essential. Likewise, in our daily use also, we keep many pots in our home places, and when we pour the water, we see that the excess water is drained out. In the same way, water, it is given in Krishi Parashara that water should be drained off from the field in the month of Bhadrapada itself, so that the crop will be free from diseases. Apart from that, we also have the symptoms of rain forecast, how we can identify that we are going to have proper rainfall. So the indication of the ants emerging from the ant hills and carrying the eggs and the croaking sound of the frogs are the indications of the sudden rainfall. So if it is a time of harvest or the preservation of the grains, looking at these small symbols, the farmer needs to be really prepared so that the crop doesn't get spoiled. Apart from that, we also have the birds drying their wings in the hot sun and the crickets chirping in the sky. These are also the indications of the sudden rainfall. Apart from all these things, we also have the techniques of grafting. Like in some of the articles, we might have read that we have one tree in somewhere Western countries which gives out all the 26 varieties of fruits only to one tree. So most of the new generation people get surprised or astonished, but such kind of grafting techniques were present with us right from the age of Brihad Samhita, like the great scholars like Varaha Mihira. They have given the techniques of grafting where we can cut the plant and as it is explained in the spring season, which do not have yet got branches in the winter season. These are the procedures. If we cut the branches of a tree in one of the slanting positions and if we tie it properly, then in the February and March month, if we do all this process, by the time of August and September, we will be having a good plant, which is for which the tissues have been cultivated and it grows into a good plant. Apart from that, Varahamihira, he is really one of the greatest scholars who had the complete knowledge about not only the plants but also about the existence of water, how we have to identify in which place what kind of water is present and all these things. So how we have to identify the indication of groundwater. In today's technology, we use so many equipments, and uh, uh, we spend a lot of money to find out in which place groundwater is present and where to dig the borewells. But when we read this shloka, we feel how simple solutions people had in those days. The shloka describes that if there is an anthill covered by kusha grass to the northeast of the mountain that is a ebony tree, there will be inexhaustible water at a depth of 22.5 cubits. See the measurement of the cubits given also, so exact measurements he has given, cubits between the tree and the anthill. The appearance of the snake of the color of lotus flags at the depth of 5 cubits from the surface level, followed by the layers of red earth and ruby, indicate the presence of water. Such great was the knowledge which those people have. Apart from that, we have the indications of groundwater, which say that the trees which are short and wide with long hanging branches and glossy leaves indicate the presence of underground water nearby, whereas the trees which have hollow and dry with pale leaves indicate non-existence of underground water nearby. So just by looking at the trees, we can make out that we have underground water existing there or no. So such simple things also we are not able to pass on to the future generations is irony of the present generation. Apart from that, we have the amount of rainfall which is required for the different kinds of the soils, which is given in the slide here. We talk about the Jangala Adrid, that is 16 dronas, which is calculated as 102.4 centimeters. We have the Anupa, that is the marshy land, which requires 24 dronas, that is 153.6 centimeters. Ashmaka, that is the stony region, which counts to about 13.5 dronas, that is 86.4 centimeters. Then we have the Avanti, that is a plain region, which counts to 23 dronas, and the coastal, it is given as unlimited. Apart from this, actually I was afraid of the time which is being allocated, so I just ended the slides. But apart from that, we have the great scholars like Chanakya, who had not only talked about the agricultural techniques, but also how well we have to store them and what is the right season, and the process of selling the yield or crop to the people. All these things were explained by the great sages like Varahamihira and Chanakya and other people. Before coming to the conclusion, I just wanted to share a few things, sir. Actually, when we talk about the Sanskrita Vangmayam, it is just like a mighty ocean, and whatever knowledge which we have, most of us do not have the confidence. Like, I would like to share a small story, sir, if the time permits.
Yes.
May I? Yeah.
Yes.
So, there was a Jataka tale, like, wherein one lady by name Kirti Sena, she was troubled by the mother-in-law. So she tries to escape from the in-laws place where the husband is not at home. The mother-in-law troubles. So she escapes from the house and she reaches the forest. There in the forest, she overhears a conversation between a Rakshasa and her children. The children say that we are really very hungry, we want to eat. So the Rakshasa mother, she says that the king of this kingdom, he is suffering from a typical kind of disease wherein the brain, it is affected with all the small worms, and within no time the person will die, and when he dies, I will get the body and we all can enjoy. But one of the children gets a doubt that if this is such a great disease, are we not having any treatment? So the Rakshasa mother gives a solution also. She says that if we put ghee on the head skull of the person and put a cloth, and from the ear, if we put a straw to a cold pot, water filled with cold pot, and if we pour hot water on the head, all the worms will escape from the brain because of the hot water which is poured on the head. The worms will escape. They try to go to the cooler places. So all the worms through the straw, they go down to the pot and they escape. So after listening this to the story, I mean, the Kirti Sena, she overhears the story. She goes to the king in the disguise of a sage and she revives whatever remedy was given by the Rakshasa. She uses the same thing and revives the king, and the king, he feels happy and gives the kingdom. So, I mean, gives a part of the kingdom to the lady. But the underlying fact is that the solutions for great problems were very, very simple. If such kind of problem arises in the present generation, without wasting any time, the doctors, they immediately go for a big surgery. They break open the skull, they remove the worms, and they make it a big advertisement saying that we are really very successful in removing the worms from the brain and all these things, but without causing any harm to the human body. We had great problems being solved in a very simple manner. So these are all the things which our people had, but because of might be because of the impact of the Western culture, or we Indians being attracted to the Western culture, we have really lost the glory of our science and civilization. That is what I wanted to express, sir. With this short note, I would end my presentation, and I have great regards to this book of Science in Sanskrit, sir. Somehow I got attracted to this book, and this was the inspiration for me to write this article and look out for few more things in the Vedika Vangmayam. And I am really greatly indebted to this author of this book, named as Science in Sanskrit. All the slides which I have presented, I have taken the pics from this book and I have presented, sir. So I'm really glad to be a part of this. Thank you, sir. Thank you, one and all.
Dhanyavada.
Dhanyawad.
Dhanyavada, Bhavani ji. It's an excellent lecture. It's excellent compilation of the Veda Vangmaya's knowledge and present it to us.
Thank you,
Now I
sir.
request anybody has got any questions or want to share their opinions on the subject, welcome. You can remove this. You can remove these slides, Bhavani ji.
Yes, sir.
Rajgopalan ji, please share your opinions. Rajgopalan ji. Bhavani ji, please remove your slides.
Yes, sir. I'm trying.
Yeah. There are two people who want to speak, Rajgopalan ji and Dinisha ji. Are you speaking? We could not hear you.
Namaste Guruji, namaste everyone. I'm not
please.
speaking. I thought Raj Gopalan would be taking up first, so I'm waiting. Can I?
Okay, but he is not audible. He's talking, but I'm not I'm not hearing him.
Okay, can I speak till then?
Yeah, please talk.
Okay, thank you so much for giving opportunity. Bhavani ji, it's wonderful. And to the house, I would like to accept that this forum, when we are connecting modern science with our ancient literature, is amazing. I just want to share one little experience I just have had, where I was listening to this, and my daughter, who's 12 years old, and she came and sat down when she was explaining, when Bhavani ji was explaining connect of photosynthesis in our shloks. in our ancient science. So she was kind of surprised. Oh my God, it was that time also. So that gives me a great feeling that we should not only connect and bring it out to all the people our age or the working class or the ones who are in this world doing some or the other thing, contributing, but it should go to children also. So wonderful collaboration, Bhavani ji. I'm thankful to you that you brought in. My request is, I'm really, I mean, I feel that I'm doing a great work, but looking at you people, I feel that I'm yet to travel quite a bit. So I would love to follow your journey. And Guruji, my request is, can we share these papers to us when after these people, the scholars present it, so that in our own time also sometimes we can go back and have a look at them? Is my request, if it is possible. Thank you.
Yeah, we are trying to do that. We are, Dinisha ji, we are trying to do the publication of these things also. Anyway, this YouTube, we are already placing it immediately. You see YouTube again and again, number of times. It is available in YouTube. It will be available tomorrow on YouTube.
That will be great, Guruji. Only the thing is,
the book what she is showing, that Bhavani is showing, will give a lot of information on various books that present this information. That Science and Sanskrit published by Samskruti Bharati. So that book is published by Samskruti Bharati. That book also gives a lot of information, and where the source is available also it gives.
Wonderful. Whatever is possible,
yeah,
we would make this literature. We could make it this literature available.
And we are trying to print all these 50 papers in physical form. That may take some 5-6 months, 2-3 months, and the support of with the support of the people who can help us in printing that as a hard copy. Otherwise, without expenditure, we are putting on YouTube. People can see on YouTube. But
what is the channel, Guruji? What is the channel on YouTube where we can have a look at this?
Veda Samskruti Samiti. Veda Samskruti Samiti.
Sure. Dhanyavad.
Yeah. You get about 110 videos there.
Thank you so much, Guruji.
Rajagopalanji, please speak. Please speak, Rajagopalanji, please speak. I could not hear you. Your mic is not working. Your mic is not working.
Now he is unmuted.
No, I could not hear him. Could you hear anybody hear him?
No, sir. Sir is not audible.
No, he is not audible.
No, Mahadaya. Not hearing Mahadaya.
Rajgopalanji, we could not hear you. Please speak.
Hello, Prabhakar Rao Mahodaya. I am Achiredi from Hyderabad.
Yeah, Achiredi garu, please speak. Every day you come with a new name.
Yeah. It is a very nice paper on cultivation practices. But my doubt is only pertaining to Rigveda Suktas and Ruks. One thing, Bhavani has, started with Rigveda. First, my doubt is what are the crops that are mentioned in Rigveda? And I shall tell the name of one crop. Nichina Bharam Varunakabandam. Prasasajja Rodasi Antariksham. Thena Vishwase Bonasya Raja, Yavona Vrishtim, Yunati Bhuma, Yavona Vrishtim. That is one crop. Yav is one crop. Next, my next doubt is about this photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is pervading entire Rigveda because of Indra, Somarasa, etc. It starts even from the second Sukta itself. Of course, that is a larger question. I shall be happy if she can mention some more crops apart from the CEO, Bhavani Mahodai. These two are my doubts, sir. Otherwise, it's an excellent paper.
Mahodaya, actually in the paper which I have presented in the script, I have mentioned about the barley and the other crops mentioned in the Rig Veda. But for the presentation of the slideshow, I thought that time would not be sufficient, so I just comprised it a little bit. So for the audience to be, I mean, captivating, I just made a pictorial presentation, sir.
Next, about this photosynthesis.
Sir.
Have you got any definite ideas?
No, sir, I actually did not refer about photosynthesis to the Rig Veda. I just saw it in the book of Science in Sanskrit, and I included in the presentation.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Dhanyavad.
Who else? Anybody else would like to share? Otherwise, we'll go to the next topic. Another 5 minutes time is there for the next topic.
One hand raise, Ramya Reddy something.
Ramya Reddy is only this. HND has talked out.
Okay, fine.
So, any more doubts? Rajagopalanji, could not hear you.
Now at least?
Yeah, now I could hear you. Yes.
Yeah, are you able to hear me now?
Yes.
Very good. Okay. Anyway, my voice it is very feeble. Excellent presentation by Ms. Bhavani, whosoever has presented now. I would like to ask her, I want to say 2 things in that one. Actually, she should have, she may add one more beautiful sloka from Veda Samskruti 54, 9th sloka. There, what they talk about the Viksharopana tata Jalasechan ka vichar. Means they talk about the Kalanusaram Jalasechanam. Sayam pratascha dharmasto Shitakale dinantare Varshasucha bhuva Sektavya Ropita Trumaha. What it says, whenever you are talking about irrigation, she talked about agriculture. Actually, we have to talk about the irrigation aspect also. Otherwise, the things will not be complete for agriculture. Where it says, if there is a Grishma Ritu, then we have to do the Jalasechanam in the Sayam, Prapta Kala, Jalasechanam. Shita Kale, we have to do only one alternate days or every day or alternate days. And Varsha Ritu Same, Jamin Yadi Shushka, means it is wet or something, Vrikshadika, Avashyakanusaram, Jalasechanam to be done. So this sloka she can add in that one more slide where she talked about the irrigation aspect. So that will complete the irrigation and agriculture aspect. And regarding the digging of the wells also, there are 3 types of things which has been discussed in our Vedas. Kupa Kanana Vichara, Kanana Kala Rasti, Yoga Vichara, Chandragupti Vichara. So these things, if we can add to that substance of the material, what she has added, that also will add. And the third aspect, which I would like to highlight about the groundwater, absolutely correct. Whatever, because being a person from the applied hydrodynamics from IIT Mumbai, so with a specialization on groundwater and other things, interaction with sea and saline water interaction was my research project. What I would like to say here that groundwater is a asset which is continuously depleting. So the thing is that what it was there with the minimum population in good olden days, these plants and things which she was referring as the broad leaf plant with the green color, the chlorophyll and all those things, they are called as Speretophytes. These are example of our banana tree. So the Speretophytes, wherever is there, it is obviously the groundwater is at the near surface. They are called as not the trapped water between the 2 impervious layer. They are called as aqueous layer groundwater table. Whereas we have to now go for the subterranean groundwater, which has been completely gone down by more than 50 to 60 meters. Forget about the other areas. Think about the Hyderabad, Karimnagar, Mehboob Nagar. Even if you drill up to 500 meters, you will know 500 meters, you are not getting water. The reason is that it depends on the rock, terrain, and so many things. So the thing which was stated in the Vedas and other thing, it holds true as on date, provided the terrain remains inhospitable. Means it is not hospitable. Means it has not been occupied by many. But with the exponential increase in the population, the groundwater has gone much more deeper down. So we have to resort to the science and technology for tapping the groundwater. So there is nothing called that we have to use the integrated technique. one cannot replace the another one. One should supplement the other. So it is not complementary, it is a supplementary process by which using the Veda and science and modern technology, we, depending upon the need and requirement of the terrain, we have to search out the groundwater. This is what I want to say here. Let us not very prejudiced with Western or Eastern or Western. The present day requirement is that we have to tap the potential available in our Veda as well as in technology and combine these two and get the best of the best result for our population, which is the of very high magnitude compared to any other part of the world. So this is what I'm doing. Congratulations once again. Only thing I want to tell her that whatever slide she was presenting was from the book of science and this one from this one, and she herself committed and said that yes, I had taken from them. So what I wanted as a researcher, what is our observations from different terrains in this area where the agriculture and how the Vedic techniques have been used for tapping those areas for agriculture and other thing that if she would have highlighted the best as a researcher. This is what my suggestion. If she has not done, she can pursue that one and add to our knowledge. Thanks a lot. Wonderful job by a very young girl. And congratulations once again. Thank you.
Sir. Thank you for your input, sir. Definitely, I'll try them. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So it's a good encouragement and good session for young innovators. So the idea is not the question of against the present Western science. Western science has definitely done a lot of work on this. That doesn't mean that is not there. Anything is not there in our Vedic science. That should not be propagated. So first, what roots are there in our science has to be explained and then informed. And to this present circumstances, what the latest technology has been used has to be appreciated. So one should not kill others. That's what it should see. Either this should not kill that, that should not kill this. Murthy, please speak. Murthy, KVRS Murthy.
Really, it's not a question. I really appreciate Bhavani Tripura for the a good talk on referring various Vedas, Veda, Veda, etc., and also the Rose Samhita, etc., with various stanzas and applications and references. Really excellent. What I feel is, and she also referred the Panchabhutas, how they work for their cultivation and all that. When referring the trees and plants, what I would like to tell, because we are giving these type of lectures, science lectures, or ancient agriculture to the mainly for the youth and students, it is appropriate to think about at this point of time, Professor Acharya Jagadish Chandra Bose, who has worked on trees, and trees has a lot of sense and knowledge, and that a lot of books and a lot of research has been, botanical research has been done on trees by Professor Jagadish Chandra Bose. So this knowledge and this type of scientists, the modern science referring to the various ancient sciences also to bring to the children so that they will see the books of Jagadish Chandra Bose and learn more of knowledge on trees and plants and agriculture. That's what I would like to suggest and really appreciate for your talk. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Dhanyavad.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. So, Sandilya, you would like to share? Sri Sandilya.
No, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Anybody would like to share? Devendra Sharma ji? Anybody would like to share? Raghunathan ji? So, shall I go to the next class, next session, please? Dhanyavadaha. Thank you very much, Bhavani ji. It's very nice.